For a few precious years, a class ring was a special piece of jewelry for a Cowlitz County couple, but then it was stolen and disappeared for 20 years.
That is until someone living in Arizona found it in their home. KGW's Taylor Vito spoke with the owner of that ring, and Taylor, she's pretty happy to have it back tonight.
Yeah, guys, no kidding. You know, the story about this ring really starts close to 60 years ago at Kelso High School. It's not clear how that ring ended up in Arizona, but tonight, thanks to Facebook, it's back home. Think of it as an all-American love story.
High school sweethearts.
Myrna Clark met her husband Larry all the way back in the late 50s at Kelso High School.
He was a senior and I was a freshman, and the ring itself was the start of our love story.
That ring was Larry's class of 1959 ring. After he graduated, Myrna wore it around her neck at school, a sign that she and Larry were in love.
This is my gal, and she's my girlfriend, and nobody else is allowed.
It wouldn't take long for the two to marry and start a family. The ring remained a cherished piece of jewelry. That is, until Myrna believes the ring and the safe it was in were stolen from their Longview home.
It was 22 years since we saw the ring last.
Myrna thought the ring was long gone. Larry would end up passing away just over a year ago. No ring and no husband. It was a rough Christmas for Myrna, but last week, things changed.
Myrna's just a great lady.
Patty Street, a family friend, was browsing a local Facebook group and spotted this post about a found Kelso High class of 59 ring.
And I asked her what year Larry graduated, and she told me, and I'm like, I think they found your ring. She's like, that's impossible. It's been gone for 22 years.
Patty contacted the person with the ring. It turns out she was in Arizona.
I don't know how long we've had it. I don't know how long those things were in that box.
Cindy Radcliffe used to live in Longview and now splits her time between there and Arizona. Her husband used to live near the Clarks. They're not sure how or why, but the class ring somehow ended up in a storage box they brought with them to Arizona.
And I'm really glad we didn't just take those boxes and give them to Goodwill, because then it would have been lost forever.
And I'm really thankful that somebody was kind enough to stretch out and do that.
The class ring now sits in place of Myrna's wedding band. Its return came just at the right time. For the last year, she's had to adjust to living without her husband of 5 decades. Now, a small piece of him is back home.
Yeah, I wanted him to see it. And I went to the cemetery and showed it to him. It meant a lot to both of us. He would have loved to see it.
And Myrna says for now that ring will stay on her finger. She says hopefully one day she'll give that ring to one of her grandkids.